Hey guys, welcome to SabriZone. In this video we are going to create order replacement navbar. As in the previous video we will create simple navbar, and in the last video we will create a fancy navbar. So order replacement navbar have three major divs. First one is for logo and brand, second one is for links, and third one is about registration. But if we go to the mobile view, you can see that our second div is not visible to us. So second div is replaced with the third div, and third div is visible but with the button. This button will open the second div links. So this is order replacement navbar, and after this video we will create a fancy navbar which have three sections. First is for logo and brand, second one is registration, and third one is a separate div for the links of website. So let's create order replacement navbar. So in order to create order replacement navbar, I need to install Tailwind CSS, but you can skip this section if you are using Laravel, as Laravel gives Tailwind CSS and Alpine.js out of the box. So I am going to minimize it, and I am going to create a folder first, order replacement, and we will open it inside VS Code. Okay, so first of all I will create a file with the name of index.html, and inside this file we will type HTML syntax, and instead of document I will write here order replacement navbar. Okay, great. In order to install Tailwind CSS you have to install Node.js from their official website. Let me show you. If you have already installed Node.js, then you are ready to go. So first we will initiate our Node.js. So we will go to our terminal and we will type here npm init with the y flag. Y flag will skip multiple questions. Okay, so it have created a package.json file, you can see here. So it's time to install Tailwind CSS, so we will go to their official website. Okay, I will prefer post CSS, so you need to copy first command. And I also want to install a white server. White server will automatically refresh my page, so I will install a white server with it. So I will type here a white. Okay, let it complete, and we will copy our second command. But in the second step you can see it is asking me to create post css.config.js file. If I will use a p flag with this, the post css.config file will automatically create it. So we will go to our project, and here I will type here the second command with p. So you can see that post css.config.js file is already created by using a p flag. So it's time to add some content inside tailwind.config.js. Actually it is asking me where to implement Tailwind CSS. As I want to implement to the whole project, so I will write here static. And in the last step it is asking me to create a CSS file which will link. So I will create a style.css file, and inside this file I will paste those three lines. And in the end it is asking me to run this command which is for development purpose. As I am using white server, so I am going to skip this section, and this code will be copied for to test if our Tailwind CSS is installed successfully or not. So we will go to the package.json. Inside this script we will write here start, and instead of this code we will type here white. Okay, great. It's time to run our server, so we will type here npm run start. Okay, it will generate a link for us, and we will open this link inside server. So our link is opened successfully, and it is empty for now. Let's add some code to see our Tailwind CSS is working or not. But before we add some code, we need to link our Tailwind CSS. link css, which will be a style.css, and we have a style.css. Okay, now it's time to add that code. Okay, great. Our Tailwind CSS is working successfully. So let's make a plan how we will create a order replacement navbar. So if we will go to the browser, you can see that it have a major div, and inside that major div we have three divs. So first of all, we need to create a major div. So let's create a div with the class. It has a container property, container, and it has a flex property. As Tailwind uses mobile first approach, so we will use a flex call for mobile view, and at medium breakpoint it will be a flex row. Okay, great. Now you can see that it has a background color and some padding, so we will use some padding on x-axis for 4, and padding on y-axis will be 4, and background color will be gray 200, and we will also use mx auto, and we will use justify between to create a distance between all three divs. Okay, let's close this. Now it's time to create a div for brand. So we will type here a div with the class of flex, mx auto, and item center. Mx auto and items center, and I think it is enough for this div. So inside this div we have a image, so image, and inside that image we will place our logo .png, and we will give some height. As in a previous video we have seen that we need to add some height, so height will be h12, and now we will add a brand name which will be inside a anchor tag. So its link is hash, and we will add some classes. So class will be underline, and text color, of course text blue 900 will be enough, and margin on the left side will be 4, actually 2, and font medium. Okay, great. So inside this we will name our brand, so it will be a SabriZone for now, or let's see what we have created inside a browser. Okay, great, it looks great. Now it's time to create another div which is for these links. Actually I want to create these links first, so I will replace it by using a class. So I will use a division for login links. So div with the class of flex, justify between items center, and I think it is enough for now. So we will add some links here, so I am going to copy this anchor tag. So copy this and paste it here. So instead of underline and instead of font medium, we will use a bold font, and we will give it a mx2, margin on x-axis, and I think we are ready to go. Let's check this inside browser. Okay, so it looks fabulous. Instead of SabriZone, I will type here login, and we will duplicate it multiple times, 3 times. So instead of login there will be register, and instead of this we will type here visit as a guest. Okay, great. Now it's time to add a button, and this button will be for mobile view. So if we will go to our main navbar, you can see if I press F12, you can see when we will go to the mobile view, you can see there is a button for mobile. That is why I am going to add a mobile button here. We will go for navbar mobile button svg, and inside this first link, okay, it is opening it. So I will collect this mobile button. download as a SVG. So download it. Okay, show in a folder and open in a VS Code, and we will collect SVG. Okay, so now we will add this SVG here, and let's see what will happen. So if we will go to the browser, you can see that our mobile button is implemented successfully, but we don't want to see at medium breakpoint, so I am going to add a class to hide it at medium breakpoint. So we will add a class of md hidden. Okay, let's make it separate. Okay, you can see that our mobile button is visible for us. So now it's time to add these links. So we will add a division here. Go back. Okay, we will add a div with the class of flex, but at the medium breakpoint. Medium breakpoint it will be a flex. Okay, so we will close this div. Inside this div we will create another div which will contain our links. So div with the class of flex, flex call for mobile view, flex call for mobile view. Medium breakpoint it will be a flex row, and we will create items center and justify between property. No, it will be a mx auto. Okay, great. So let's add some links here. So I will copy links from the upper side and I will paste these links here. So visit as a guest, instead of this I will type home. Instead of font bold I will type font medium. So let's duplicate this for at least 4 times. So this will be for services, and this will be for contact us, and this will be for subscribe. So subscribe my channel, subscribe service. Okay, great. Let's see inside browser what we have created. Okay, it looks great to me, but one thing you might have noticed, it is about this div number 1. You can see that it containing more space as compared to the other 2 divs. This is just because we have used a mx auto property inside this flex, so we need to encapsulate this flex inside another flex so that it can contain less space as compared to other. So we will type here a div with the class of flex, and we will close this div and we will encapsulate this div inside. Okay, let's see inside browser. You can see that it is looking fabulous. If we will go to the mobile view, it looks cool, but you can see that these links are congesting between each other, so I need to add a margin top property here. We will go to the div number 3. I will add a margin top property. So by pressing alt I have used this multiple clicks property, so I will add here margin top of 2, but at the medium breakpoint margin top will become 0. Okay, let's see inside browser. It looks cool. So if we will go to the medium breakpoint, it is looking fabulous and it is working perfectly. Next thing to do is to add Alpine.js. Let's add Alpine.js. So I will go to the Alpine.js official website. So ALPINE. Okay, Alpine install. So I will get this Alpine.js installation. So I will copy a script from here. Okay, copy it and I will paste inside this head. Okay, great. So now we need to initiate this Alpine.js. So I will type here the syntax which we use to initiate x data, and inside this XML syntax. I will type here is open will be false. Okay, now if I will scroll down to the button, we will add here add click property. Add click will be equal to if it is open, so make it to the note is open. Okay, great. So we will go down and we will bind a class here inside our third div. So we will bind a class is equal to is open. I will ask a question here. If is open, then show, otherwise make it hidden. Okay, let's see inside browser what we have done. So we will go to our navbar, and if I will close it, it is not working. Why again it is not working? Okay, I can see inside console that I have used a wrong syntax here. So we will go upside and we will type here colon. So now it will be working. So if now I click it, add click property is not working, I think. So add click is open is not equal to not is open. It is fine if is open. Show otherwise hidden. I think I have made a mistake here. Okay, let's see inside browser. Now it is working. So if I will click on this button, you can see that our navbar links are visible, and if I click back, it make it hidden. So this is our order replacement navbar. I hope you have enjoyed this lecture. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. So every subscription or every like will be a help. You can ask question or query if you have in your mind. Thank you for watching.